Tennis star Boris Becker arrived at Southwark Crown Court in London on Monday as the former tennis player begins to stand trial in bankruptcy case. He has been accused of failing to hand over his trophies to settle his bankruptcy debts. Becker, who queued outside for up to 30 minutes to get into the court's only entrance, was declared bankrupt in June 2017. He is alleged to have been hiding assets and transactions worth over £4.5 million. It's learned that the 54-year-old has failed to hand over his trophies, including his 1985 Wimbledon title as well as silverware from his triumphs at the Australian Open in 1991 and 1996. Becker also won the US Open in 1989 and reached the semi-finals at Rolland Garros on 3 occasions. The former world number 1 and 6-time Grand Slam champion collected 49 singles titles out of 77 finals during his 16 years as a professional tennis player. The German, who commented for the BBC at Wimbledon last year, is facing a 3-week trial on an indictment of more than 20 counts at Southwark Crown Court on Monday in front of Judge Deborah Taylor. Did the lavish lifestyle and troubled personal life ridden with splits and divorce eventually bring his downfall? Welcome to Kaumudy Global and let us know more about the ups and downs of his personal life. At the time of his bankruptcy in June 2017, the German's debts were estimated at up to £50 million. The 54-year-old, a 6-time Grand Slams singles champion, faces a maximum of 7 years in prison if he is found guilty. The court was told in preliminary hearings that Becker owned a flat in Chelsea, London, as well as 2 properties in Germany, which were undeclared between June and October 2017. He is accused of removing hundreds of thousands of pounds by transferring it to the other accounts, including to former wife Barbara Becker and estranged wife Shallely Becker. Becker also hid 75,000 shares in the AI firm Breaking Data Corp, the court was told. He denies 7 charges of concealing property, 2 counts of removing property required by the receiver, 5 counts of failing to disclose details of his estate and 1 count of concealing debt. He also denies 9 counts of failing to disclose the trophies. Becker, who lives in London, will use an interpreter when giving evidence in a trial expected to last 3 weeks, but his barrister admits his English is very good. It is a fact that Boris Becker's private life was frequently in turmoil, featuring marriage splits and a bizarre incident. Boris married Barbara Feltus on 17th December 1993. On 18th January 1994, their son Noah Gabriel, named after Becker's friends Yannick Noah and Peter Gabriel, was born. Their second child, Elias Becker, was born on 4th September 1999. The couple got divorced in December 2000 as he admitted to his wife that he had the one-night stand with model Angela Ermakova and fathered a child, Anna Ermakova. At that time, Barbara was pregnant with their second child. Becker's private life collapsed after he retired in 1999. There was a string of women, several unknown models, and first-time meetings ending up in short-term romance, which completely overwhelmed him. Annie-Marie Van Cross, famous for Bravo Super Show, was engaged to Becker for 2 months. They dated for 9 days after living together in August 2008. They were engaged in August but separated 3 months later. Borison then dated writer Patrician Farami for about 4 months and then split 4 months later. Boris spoke of being deeply in love with this Iranian-American beauty. Mr. Lily Kirstenberg Becker has been his last wife. Boris married Dutch model Lily on 12th June 2009 in St. Moritz, Switzerland. The couple has been together for the past 5 years and they became proud parents in 2010. Amadeus Benedict Edley Louis Becker is Boris Becker's fourth child. In 2002, a court in Munich sentenced Becker to a 2-year suspended prison sentence and a fine of 300,000 euros for tax evasion of around 1.7 million euros. Becker was declared bankrupt 5 years ago, setting in motion a chain of events that leaves the tennis icon fighting to avoid a lengthy spell behind bars. Now, we will have to wait and see.